In the latest episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, episode 8, Kane had this amazing musical number. It was really fun, and the first musical number we've had in like an actual episode, and this episode had some really similar shots and scenes to Hazbin Hotel. Not saying they copied or anything, they're just both great shows, and I think my community will appreciate me drawing, the connections between them. And if you are interested in hearing my theories, what I think's gonna happen in episode 9, and what I think episode 8 was all about, you should probably go check out my last episode, cause I explained a lot of stuff. And yes, at the end of the episode, I'll give you what you all want. I will sing a cover of the song, but be patient. Now, Kane has this song, and the entire point of it is to show how he's large and in charge, and better than everyone, and really powerful, and put the cast in their place. He goes full am mode. Little note, he says,
"Don't need to scream if you ain't got a mouth."
You don't have to scream if you ain't got a mouth, which I just gotta say, peak reference, peak hint, back to the source material, pretty amazing. This song was an amazing display of power and truly showed how godlike Kane can be. If you notice, at the very end of the song though, Pomni is thrown through a bunch of adventures, and they actually go chronological order to the episodes. Candyland, the manor, the fast food place, and finally back to the circus. Which makes sense because every other episode took place in the circus. But, fun note, they skipped the suggestion box episode. This is probably because Kane wanted to prove how cool he is, how good his ideas are, how cool his adventures are. He didn't want the submission box to get credit. And through this episode, there's a lot of moments where Kane, acts exactly like Vox did in Hazbin Hotel Season 2. First, during the crash out in his office, he does this. And it looks exactly like Vox's death when Vox is trying to be a cult leader and they're both trying to be God. And another reference to a Hazbin song, when Kane pulls out this piano, I genuinely thought he was gonna bust out into "Once we get up there," but he didn't. This really showed how powerful Kane was. He did kind of step into Vox's role. He had the God complex, and both of them want everyone to love them. Kane wants everyone to give him validation, and Vox needs that approval rating. And his song also felt very show-offy and look at this, just like Vox Populi did. As somebody who loved Vox in Season 2 and thought he was an amazing villain, this episode did Kane good. And again, not to say they copied, I don't think there was any copying or stealing that happened here. I just wanted to point that out because I know a lot of my subscribers are Hazbin Hotel fans because that's the kind of content I make. Overall, Kane's song was really good. A great villain song. I've heard a lot of people saying they wrote a better Disney villain song than Disney ever did, and I wholeheartedly agree because this was amazing. Thank you to Gooseworks and Glitch Productions for blessing our ears with this masterpiece. But now that your ears have been blessed, I'm about to unbless them. I'm about to absolutely curse them. You know why? Because you're gonna hear me sing. And, it's not good. It's not pretty at all. But I feel this might be what you wanted, and I feel it's going to embarrass me a lot, which also might be what you wanted. So, without further ado, here we go. It's news to me that it's news to you. To which degree, who answers to who? We could go on and on, but in the end, who are we kidding? My divinity is past infinity, am I getting through? Seems our regime has plummeted south. Don't need to scream if ya ain't got a mouth. Why bite the hand that feeds when it's the only hand you're getting? Time to see that this great marquee is the only place you're ever gonna be. So strap on in and take it on the chin, and don't forget who's running the show. Look at this! Absolute bliss! Oh, what a shock! Watch where you walk! The host, the year, and the place. Canet is my name. Not enthused, just feeling used. Oh, what a goddamn shame! Well, congratulations, all of my friends. Public relations are getting a cleanse. Put on your Sunday best because I know we're close to quitting. So play the games and just ignore the pains because all that remains is how you prime your brains. You whine to me, but you're too blind to see that I'm the one who's running the show! Yeah!